Drones are being used as a new method to combat the increasing deer population in the village of Mamaroneck instead of hunters. Taffy Williams, a licensed remote pilot, also of the nonprofit group New York for Whales, New York for Wildlife, said by tracking down the deer population using drones, it can help control Lyme disease. Also in the Daily Voice, Sal's Pizzeria has joined the Uber Eats app revolution. The 52-year-old pizzeria is partnering with the app to make it easier for customers to order online anytime, anywhere. There's no minimum order for a slice or a pie. A 15-year-old Mamaroneck High School student is raising funds in honor of her dad who died of leukemia when she was 10 years old. Devin Overin is hoping to become Student of the Year by raising funds for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. For more information, visit The Loop. Owners Gino and Felix Rubino of Rubino's Jewelers in Larchmont are supporting 6-year-old Gia Gentile of Valhalla, who is stricken with cancer, by creating blue-beaded and gold-plated elephant charm bracelets. The elephant happens to be Gia's favorite animal. The fundraiser Gia's Glam Gala is set for 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sunday, February 26th at Mount Pleasant Community Center. The Daily Voice has the full story. Affordable housing is on the rise in Westchester. Housing is available in Harrison, among others, all priced from $125,000 to $300,000. The application deadline is April 24th. Further details are available in The Loop. For more information is also available at www.housingactioncouncil.org. And finally, the Daily Voice reports that students at Daniel Warren Elementary School in Royneck celebrated their 100th day of school on Valentine's Day by constructing necklaces and creating various art projects, which were made out of 100 items for the milestone event. Their teacher, Connie Levin, said that 100 is a very big number for them, and the activities help it make it into something more tangible. If you could find it online, you could find it in the media. I'm Suzanne Rothberg. The Emmelyn Theater will present a special screening of Oscar contender Moonlight on February 10th through 12th. The film chronicles a young black man's journey as he struggles to find his place in the world while growing up on the north side of Miami. For more information, check out emmelyn.org. The Uber Eats app comes to Mamaroneck, and it is making it more convenient to order meals and will deliver right to your front door. The app is available for download on iOS and Android. You can even order from local eateries like Walter's Hot Dogs and Pulpatina. For more information, check out the Daily Voice. Some Pelham middle and high school students are creating Valentine's Day cards to support sick kids as part of the Danny Fund, a local nonprofit organization. For more details on the story, visit news12.com. The remains of Judy Garland, best known as Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, are being transported from Ferncliff Cemetery in Hartsdale to Forever Hollywood Cemetery in Los Angeles. Why? Because there isn't enough room in the plot for her relatives to be buried alongside of her. For the full story, check out the Mamaroneck Daily Voice. And finally, LOHUD reports that a missing New Rochelle 16-year-old has been located and reunited with her family after a near 3-week search. Mabel Wiracocha was reported missing on January 5th. The New Rochelle Police Department intensified her search, sending out alerts to residents of her description and last known location. If you can find it online, you can find it in the media. I'm Suzanne Rothberg.
Tonight on The Local Live, the Community Resource Center joins hundreds in Albany.
Town of Mamaroneck permit parking fees will increase. Find out how much coming up.
A freight train engineer suffers a severe head injury at Mamaroneck train station.
The Village of Mamaroneck Fire Department receives a high safety rating.
The Mamaroneck School Superintendent has recommendations for the 2017-2018 school year budget, which exceeds the New York State tax levy limit.
We have a sneak peek of our exclusive interview with La La Land producer and Mamaroneck High School graduate Fred Berger.
Ride Playland invites local residents to its upcoming job fair. This and more online stories in the media.
Before his team ships back up to Buffalo, we sit down with Coach Chap to talk Tigers.
And on tonight's roundtable, we'll sit down with Jim Killerin of Habitat for Humanity Westchester. We invite you to join the conversations with your calls, emails, and tweets. Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, March 9th. I'm Alexandra Garcia.
And I'm Suzanne Rothberg. Welcome to the Local Live. The Community Resource Center and over 350 immigrants and allies organized and traveled to Albany on Tuesday, March 7, from all across the state to fight their right to a New York's driver's license. They shared powerful personal testimonies, marched, rallied, and visited over 75 legislative offices. CRC was joined by a number of Mamaroneck immigrant residents to join in the solidarity for this campaign. Gerandi Martinez, the co-executive director of Community Resource Center, say, quote, "We couldn't be more proud. Our efforts to push this campaign forward in the Senate continues. Please follow the campaign on Facebook and Twitter, hashtag #GreenlightNewYork, and let your state representative know that you support this issue."
Meter fees.
A freight train engineer suffered a severe head injury while his train passed through the Mamaroneck train station early Monday morning. The Journal News reported that a railroad spokesman said the conductor believed something had struck the train, so he stuck his head out to check, but instead was hit in the head by an object outside. Dr. Robert Shaps is recommending a budget that exceeds the New York State tax levy limit imposed in 2012. His 2017-2018 proposal increases spending 1.59% and boosts the tax levy 2.48% above this year's 1.04% tax cap. This requires approval by at least 60% of voters. Public budget reviews are on March 14th and 21st. The last hearing and board vote is May 2nd. The community vote on the final budget is Tuesday, May 16th. Voter registration closes May 11th at 4 p.m. For more information and to watch the superintendent's presentation, visit www.lmctv.org. This week in sports, Mamaroneck ice hockey team made its final preparations ahead of a return trip to Buffalo to defend last year's state title. Our own Steve Anastas had a chance to sit down with Tigers head coach Mike Schiaparelli to talk about the trip, this year's team, and more. Team registration is now open for the 5th annual Larchmont Spelling Bee. This annual event is a tradition that you don't want to miss. You can register online at friendsoflarchmontlibrary.org/spelling bee. Entry forms are also available at the Larchmont Library front desk. The actual spelling bee will take place at Larchmont Temple on April 2nd. More details are available in the loop. Mamaroneck residents are filing an appeal against Ralph's Italian Ices and Ice Cream, which has been the subject of a lengthy zoning appeal. The reason being the residents are dissatisfied with the review by the village's land use boards. The village building inspector has indicated that the shop is not required to seek additional variances. For the full story, check out the Mamaroneck Review. The Patch reports that it's not too late to get the flu shot. With Westchester being at the height of the flu season, the flu vaccine is the best defense against the flu. Free flu vaccines are available in White Plains and Yonkers. February marks the 2-year anniversary of the MTA train collision that killed 6 people in 2015 in Valhalla, including Edgemont resident Ellen Brody, while her vehicle got stuck on the train tracks. Officials demand more safety measures need to be in place. Visit FiOS1News.com for more information. According to News12.com, police recovered the body of an 80-year-old man in the water that was pulled at Glen Island Park in New Rochelle on February 4th after he was discovered by his son. The victim managed the boatyard at the yacht club for 30 years. The official cause of death is still unknown. And finally, the Emmelyn Theater will host a screening of the Oscar-nominated film Manchester by the Sea on February 16th, 18th, and 19th. Visit emmelyn.org for further details. If you could find it online, you could find it in the media. I'm Suzanne Rothberg. Home. Looking for something to do this weekend? The curtains open at Rye-Neck and Mamaroneck High School's winter musicals. La La Land producer Fred Berger visits his alma mater, Mamaroneck High School. Details coming up. What's going on with the Save the Sound lawsuit against Westchester County? This and more online stories in the media. And the Mamaroneck boys hockey team is playing like fire on ice. Go Tigers! Our own Alexandria Garcia spotlights a Mamaroneck favorite, Red Plum. And on tonight's roundtable, we will learn about the Her Honor Mentoring Program. We invite you to join the conversation with your calls, emails, and tweets. Good evening, everyone. It's Thursday, March 2nd. I'm Suzanne Rothberg. Welcome to the Local Live. County Executive Rob Astorino faced hundreds of county residents at Monday night's town hall. The crowd overflowed the White Plains City Hall meeting room, spilling into the lobby and down the front steps. Jane Collins of Larchmont told FiOS 1 News that we weren't able to get in. We got here at about 6:15 and they weren't letting people in anymore. Astorino talked county issues, but many came looking for comments on broader topics like gun control or President Trump's executive orders. Some came in support of the county executive and told FiOS 1 he was doing a great job. But Larchmont resident Gloria Strauss said he didn't answer direct questions. The ban on future gun shows, the rise of anti-Semitism, and his whole proposal for the airport, which is a smokescreen to cover that later. We will wind up paying anyway. After 8 years
to change anything.
When Dan Ferrenti, the Sandbox owner, looked into buying the property, he discovered a host of building violations and a huge zoning conflict. The property is in a C1 zone that does not allow theaters.
Most of these issues, not all of them, but most of them date back to about 50 years of intransigence by the landlord.
The Mamaroneck Village Board of Trustees backed away from the initial support for a code amendment after a group of residents rallied against the theater. Residents argued the zoning change would bring more traffic, insufficient parking, and danger to children. A 2008 permit did not include off-Broadway productions.
Ferrante opened this business in October 2008 when the ZBA granted him a probationary 3-year special permit for what Mr. Ferrante described as a dance and theater school. At the ZBA meeting of October 2, 2008, Mr. Ferrante assured the ZBA that only 15 children dropped off by their parents would be in each class, and classes would culminate in a few weekends of performances at the end of the year. The only time, he said, that anyone would actually have to park and come into the space. Well, I think that sounded all pretty good to us. It sounds lovely to teach the children theater, and it wasn't going to take up any parking.
Ultimately, the board proposed an amendment to the zoning code to allow a dancing and acting school, but not a theater.
I just want to give some facts. The school itself is not what's illegal. The performing arts space, which is the theater, is what was not authorized within that zone. I've been informed, and I didn't go through and itemize check. I go by what the department has told me, that they've gone through and inspected and cleared all the violations that were applied in the school space. So the temporary C of O is only for the school space. There is no authorized use of the theater.
I appreciate that.
And
Dan Ferrante told the Local Live he has lost around $60,000 but remains open to moving elsewhere in the village. Greenlight New York Driving Together is a statewide initiative that would allow undocumented immigrants to apply for a driver's licenses in New York. This January, the Community Resource Center asked the Village of Mamaroneck Board of Trustees to pass a resolution in support of the campaign. Now the Community Resource Center will join Greenlight New York Coalition in Albany on Tuesday, March 7th to lobby for supportive legislation. The center's co-executive director, Gerandi Martinez, told the Local Live, "We will proudly represent Mamaroneck with almost 50 residents. We will speak with legislators on behalf of those who want safer roads and all drivers to be insured." She called the legislation long overdue and says it's time to make this happen. For more information, contact the center at 914-835-1512. The town of Mamaroneck is selling a house at 59 Mohegan Road to recoup an $800,000 in unpaid property taxes going back to 1995. The house went into foreclosure last year. Zillow.com estimates the property is worth a bit more than $1 million. Calling all theater buffs, Rhinebeck and Mamaroneck High Schools hold their winter musicals this weekend. Rhinebeck will perform Legally Blonde based on the film, and Mamaroneck High School will be doing West Side Story. Both productions are scheduled to play on March 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. For more on times and tickets, check out www.showtix4u.com. The producer of La La Land, Fred Berger, will be at his alma mater, Mamaroneck High School, next week as part of the Larchmont Mamaroneck Continuing Education Center's Notable Neighbors series. On March 8th, he'll sit down with his former teacher, Dr. Michael DeGennaro, and chat about his MHS days and the long road to La La Land, which won 6 Academy Awards on Sunday, including Best Director and Best Actress. Tickets are $40 and are available at www.lmcce.org. LMC TV will cover the event, and our own Kat Galliano will have an exclusive interview with Berger. Coming up, we will be talking to Nicole Scheinlin, Zoe Colon, and Linda Bello about the Her Honor Mentorship Program. Remember that you can join the conversation via phone, email, and tweet. Are you a fan of sushi and hibachi? This week, our own Alexandria Garcia features Red Plum. Let's check it out. New Rochelle High School students received a hand-signed letter from the former Commander-in-Chief President Obama. Back in October, students in Carol Donnelly's computer class at the school were instructed to write a letter prompting senior Alyssa Purrier to address hers to the former president, who she really admires. The Daily Voice has the full story. Also in the Daily Voice, award-winning producer Fred Berger, who produced the acclaimed musical comedy La La Land, will speak about film at the Center for Continuing Education's Notable Neighbors program on March 8th at his alma mater, Mamaroneck High School. La La Land has earned an historic 7 Golden Globe Awards and 14 Academy Award nominations. Kat Galliano will feature an exclusive interview with him on an upcoming show. For more information, visit www.lmcce.org. 9-year-old Larchmont resident Sienna Perez is competing in Utah for a U.S. Bouldering National Championship that is being streamed live on the web. The Chatsworth school student said she fell in love with rock climbing since she was 6 years old. More details are in the Mamaroneck Daily Voice. Westchester lawmakers are struggling to limit the sale of offensive Nazi and Confederate memorabilia at gun and trade shows. Instead of using legislation to enforce a ban on those materials, which will spark a First Amendment rights battle, they are looking to take a more contractual approach. Loha.com has the full story. Residents of New Rochelle are calling on the mayor for their city to serve as a sanctuary for immigrants. When President Donald Trump issued an executive order to limit funding for sanctuary cities around the country, the mayor and police chief issued a joint statement that the immigrants are an essential part of their community, but they do not define their city as a sanctuary one. For more information, visit FiosOneNews.com. And finally, we're pleased to announce that Kurt Coble will bring his talent to the Mamaroneck Artists Guild. The Coffee House is a fundraiser for the gallery. The event will take place on February 18th from 7 to 9 p.m. Gourmet food and drinks will be provided by local venues. Future coffee houses will feature French music and song, open mic night, robotic music by the PAM Band. Visit www.mamaroneckartistsguild.org. If you can find it online, you can find it in the media. I'm Suzanne Rothberg. We're here at the Bot Shop in Mamaroneck, a unique art gallery and gift store. Let's go in and check out the merchandise. The Bot Shop is located on 606 Mamaroneck Avenue in the heart of Mamaroneck. It's a specialized art studio and handmade gift store that features many authentic items including wood paintings, photographs, various types of modern art. We spoke to the owner, a graphic designer named Laura Saravia Bott, and she said that there was a need to expand her business in the arts.
So I wanted to be able to provide a space where people could kind of check out art and to have this kind of environment where people can just be celebrating art.
The store has been in existence since November 2015 and has been successful in the village of Mamaroneck ever since. Her store offers many art classes and exhibits for any art enthusiast.
There's definitely something for everybody here. I wanted to make sure that this was a space that, you know, little kids would like, but also guys would like, and really different price points from, you know, something that's $5 all the way to something that's several $100s. I wanted to ensure that art is really for everybody, all types of backgrounds, ages, socioeconomic. Art is really also what defines culture. So I think that it's really important with everything happening right now to provide a space and to ensure that the arts are also being funded and developed.
On Friday, February 10th and Saturday, February 11th, the Bot Shop will host a special benefit for the American Heart Association honoring Valentine's Day, and you can purchase any item in the store, like these adorable knit dolls here. So if you're looking for something out of the ordinary, come on down to the Bot Shop in Mamaroneck. For the Local Live, I'm Suzanne Rothberg.